Hey friends, I have some really exciting news to share with all of you. I will be showing my first collection at New York Fashion Week. Literally a dream come true. And I will be bringing you guys along the entire process. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Veronica and I'm a sustainable fashion designer and I have a slow fashion brand called Vaed by Veronica Arroyo. I am doing New York Fashion Week this fall and I am very excited, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me through the whole process, my thought process, making all the pieces and taking you with me to the show in New York. It is going to be an adventure and I literally have a month. I'm going to be making 5 to 6 pieces. I have 6 designs, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all 6. I am really trying to though, but you know, I'd rather make things look better and constructed better and all that than trying to rush 6 pieces. So we'll see what happens. This opportunity would have not happened if it wasn't for Natalia Trevino Amaro. Natalia, thank you so much for reaching out. Well, I think I kind of reached out to you, but you said you were going to reach out to me for hosting this fashion show. She is literally coordinating the entire show. She invited 7 designers. My roommates are actually going to be doing it as well, so that'll be really exciting. And it'll be the first time that I get to meet Natalia in person. We've become like internet besties, as well as Transformations by Tracy is going to be there as well, and some other amazing designers. So I am very excited, and thank you, Natalia. If you don't know her, you should definitely go follow her. I'm sure most of you know me because of her, so shout out to her. I love her. I told myself that I wasn't going to be making any more pieces that had no intention behind them anymore for the past like 2 years, basically since I started my brand. I had just been making pieces that I know would sell because I needed money. This was my only source of income, but now I just can't do it anymore. I need to have some kind of intention behind every collection and like piece that I make. Sometimes, you know, I'm gonna make pieces just because I want to, just for fun. But for collections, I need to have some kind of purpose behind it, so I love it more and I enjoy making it more. So this collection is inspired by the water crisis that is happening in the world right now. Scientists believe that by the year 2040, we're going to go into an irreversible climate crisis because of water. If you didn't know, the fashion industry is one of the main reasons for this water crisis. Over 22,000 tons of toxic chemicals are dumped into waterways all over the world, but majority in third world countries, mostly like Bangladesh, where a lot of these fast fashion companies are making all of their clothes. If you guys want to learn more about all the details, I will link down some resources below, some videos I watched, some articles that I read. I'm not going to go too deep into it because it's going to be very long and I'm just going to keep babbling. I decided to do this collection inspired by the water crisis because I want to bring more awareness to it, and I want to have more intention, of course, with every single collection. So by being inspired by this, I'm going to also be donating some proceeds that I receive from making every piece whenever I sell them to organizations that are helping fund research or to actually give water to those in need. I want to tell a story with each piece in this collection, so I drew a bunch of different sketches and then I narrowed it down to 5-6 sketches that I like. So the order for this collection is I want to start it off with an oil spill, and then the second look gets also like oil spill vibes, and then it goes on to like microplastics, and then also like a dry climate, and then continued on the dry climate but added some bones in there, and the last piece be inspired by bones because it's kind of telling a story of like, you know, a water spill, an oil spill happens, and then like the effects that, you know, go on throughout to then, you know, bones, like death. A little bit morbid, but it's a reality, and this is supposed to, you know, this collection is supposed to bring conversation, and I'm not trying to be silent about it. This collection is going to be very challenging for me, but I am really excited to do it. And I'm excited to share with you all of it. And I know I will be explaining more about my inspiration and everything as I make these pieces. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on this entire process. Okay, enough babbling. Let's just get straight into this collection. So I started off my week by doing look number 1. Okay, so for this 2-piece tailored jacket and trousers, I already marked my style lines. I'll link down below the video that I reference to kind of give me like a refresher on how to drape a tailored jacket, because I kind of forgot. But I found a video that's like in Japanese, but you know, you don't really need to hear it, you just need to watch it. It's really good, so I'll link it below. But I already marked all my style lines. I decided to do kind of like a little peek for here, kind of basically how he has in the video. I already marked all of my muslin pieces to drape. They have the grain line and the waistline. I'm gonna go ahead and start draping. So let's get into it. The majority of this collection is inspired by business wear due to the fact that as the world is coming to an end, we are carrying on business as usual, and I really wanted to have some deconstructed elements in the garments, like in this suit with the shoulder slits, and throughout the collection you'll see little bits of that in a clean way. So I have finished draping all of it. I made it just a little bit like loose. I didn't make it like super fitted to the mannequin because I do not want that look. But now I'm going to start transferring it onto paper, cleaning up all the lines, and making my first sample. Good morning. It's a new day. We are ready to continue. So yesterday I patterned out the whole jacket, and then I cut it out of muslin while my roommates were playing Smash. But I just realized that I didn't even pattern it correctly or I didn't draw the lines correctly because I forgot that I was going to do this open back situation and like the open sleeve thing here. I forgot that I was going to do that because I didn't have like my sketch in front of me. So I just like scanned my sketchbook and printed them out and put them here. And then I printed out the models too so that I can have like a face with like the sizes so I know and I have the visual because I just be forgetting things. So I'm going to repattern out the back. I already like pinned the side back and the back together. I'm going to just like put it on my mannequin right now and like sketch out this little back situation thing that I wanted to do. And then I'm going to recut it out of muslin so that we can make a sample. And then we're going to move on to the trousers. So let's do this first. Okay, so I already cut it all out and I added seam allowance to every single piece. So now I have more work whenever I pattern make. I still need to cut them out of a muslin fabric, but I'm gonna move on to making the trousers before I like start sewing everything. So I can't find my basic block pattern for my pants. They're somewhere. But I do have these pants. I don't know if you can see them entirely. And I'm basically just going to copy them. I like the way they fit. I'm going to make them more like straight. Like I don't want them to be like bell bottom like this. But I like the waist situation. I think I'm going to make them more mid waist. And then I'm gonna have pockets and everything, but I'm trying to not have any darts or pleats in the front. I will have to have pleats in the back, but that's always a given. So I'm trying to just do like pleatless, dartless, and a little bit more straight fit. So I'm going to basically just copy these onto pattern paper and then make the adjustments. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I've changed my mind. I hadn't chosen what models were gonna go with each look because I like want to try it on them, but honestly all of their measurements are like, I mean most of them are similar, almost all of them are so small. They're like small, extra small, like no one is my size, everyone's smaller. Or I picked one girl that was a medium, that she's bigger than me, and so I just like decided on my little wall over there now what look goes with each model that I think looks good, so then I know what measurements to make each look to. So I just decided that I'm going to make my medium girl, her name is Maria, I'm gonna put her as this look, my first look, the matching set, because she has a photo on her thing of her wearing like a pantsuit, and I'm like, she looks good. So now I have to make this all for a medium, which is fine, but like I just did that whole pattern for like a small, extra small person, but it's fine. I'm just gonna like make the sample with the muslin sample to make sure I even like it, and then just grade it to make it a little bit bigger. I might just make it just a little bit more oversized too. I feel like it's a little too fitted, so I just want to make it a little bit more looser. And then for the pants, those pants, they're just not gonna work because now I'm making it for a medium. So I'm just gonna use the pants from my trousers and like vest that I did for my spring collection. I'm gonna use these, but I'm going to remove the pleat that I have here. I'm going to remove the pleat, and then the back is supposed to be like a waistband, but I don't want that. Like I feel like I don't want to put a waistband on the back of these trousers for a pantsuit. That's just not cute in my opinion. So I only do the waistband whenever I'm doing like my made to order like that, but this is like this a little bit different. So I'm going to just copy this and make the adjustments that I need to and make it for a medium, because I like these pants. They're like pretty loose, straight fit. I wasn't trying to make them like tight. I was trying to make them like pretty loose. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is how the blazer has turned out. I'm really happy with how it looks. I did have to make a few adjustments. It's a little bit baggy right here, so I fixed it on this side, and I just have to like transfer it to the paper pattern. This is the back. I think I need to adjust this here so it doesn't like fold so much. And then for the sleeve, I took just like a regular sleeve block and I turned it into a two-piece sleeve, but I want more drama. Like I really like the deconstructed, like kind of like open shoulder look, very Alexander McQueen inspired, but this has like no drama. So I'm gonna re-pattern this part of the sleeve, like the outer part, to have more volume. And yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with how it looks. Also, it's a bit restrictive, so I need to add some more space in the back, but I'm gonna keep this pattern basically for myself, but I'm gonna re-pattern it to make it a medium for the model, because this is not gonna fit. This fits me like a glove. So yeah, that is what we have to do. So let's get into it. More pattern making. Okay, so for this pantsuit, I really wanted to embody an oil spill. I basically had sketched out like an oil spill kind of that's like running throughout the pantsuit. And so I was in between two techniques to kind of emulate that. I either wanted to do kind of like this ruffle idea of, you know, just getting a bunch of ruffles stacking together and like going throughout the piece, or this like not thread technique, like a ribbon, or like a ribbon technique, I guess, but I want to try and use yarn for it. But I was like in between like figuring out how to do that because I wanted to dye it and I couldn't use like a synthetic because I'm using all natural dyes. So like I would have to do a natural like thin ribbon. And at first I didn't want to do yarn, but then I saw this video on how to actually, you know, like get the technique that I want using yarn, and I was like, you know what, it doesn't look that bad. Plus I can dye it. I got 100% cotton. So now I'm just going to try out the 3 different ideas that I have to see which one I like and which one I think would take me less time, because at the same time, like, I'm trying to make this collection amazing, but also have to remember that I literally have a month, like less than a month now, just a few days less than a month, so I have to be realistic. So the first technique I'm going to try, I think, is with ruffles. So I cut out already some ruffles. I use like the kind of spiral technique to do this, and this is how they look like now, but I feel like this is gonna take me so long to group together a whole bunch of these and sew them on. But we'll see. And the other technique, I just cut out a bunch of like regular strips, and I'm going to probably like sew it down the middle and like really fray the edges so that it looks cool. I don't know. And then the other technique is to use a stapling, I don't know how to say it, stippling. The stippling foot, which is basically like it has like a hole, and it kind of floats above the fabric. It doesn't completely press down like a regular presser foot, so that you can freely move the fabric and just like go with it. And then I'm gonna like use the yarn basically as a thread, not actually loop it through the needle, but just like loop it through here. You'll see. But yeah, those are the 3 techniques that I'm going to try and do right now. So let's see which ones I like. So this is how they turned out. So this is how the first one turned out, like the ruffles. And I really like how it looks, but it is very annoying to sew. But I honestly like putting it onto here, and this is why I wanted to try out the samples first to see. Like I do like it, but I don't know if I would wear it. And then that's the thing about like my style as a designer and like this collection. Like I want it to be art, but at the same time I want it to be wearable. And in a way it is wearable, obviously. And the right person will wear this and not care. But I mean, I would wear it and not care. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Like I would wear it more, I think, if it was like this. So this is the other technique. I tried it with the stippling foot, and then I tried it with doing like a zigzag. Like the straight stitch was not working, just doing a straight stitch with a regular foot. So then I did a zigzag foot, and it works better. I don't like, it looks cool still, like the technique, or like having all the zigzags in it. And then I tried the stippling foot, and that just was not working either. So I think I just like this more. Like I like the more 2D effect of it. And then the other technique, it was just not giving. Like, no. I didn't even finish it. I gave up because I was like, this does not look good. But think it's between these two. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna do the yarn technique because I can. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start dyeing the yarn because it takes some time while I do other things. So I bought this little like 2-burner stove from Walmart because it's just like too much trying to do this inside. I live with multiple people, like, that's gonna be a mess. And I had bought that big stove, that big pot from Walmart too, but I thrifted these two. You always want to use pots that like you're not cooking with because they dye the pots. You just don't want to be mixing that. So I'm going to use these 2 little ones. I need to fill them up with water first. But I'm going to be using madder extract. I bought this from a Etsy store, like a whole pack of different colors. I got like indigo, marigold, madder, kutch for like different colors. But I'm going to be using madder, and this is supposed to give me like a orange, but it could also give you like a brick, like a red, or it can give you purple if you mix it with the right mordant. So I already pre-mordanted my yarn. This is cotton yarn, and I had soaked it in alum acetate before, and then I let it dry, but I apparently should have kept it wet. Anyways, I am going to mix this with some water. So I have already made the color madder, or like the darker orangey, and so I put the yarn in this jar with the liquid so it kind of just like absorbs it, and I'm leaving it on the sun. And then I started making this like orangey yellow color, mixing marigold and some of the madder. So I'm just gonna let this sit in there, and right now I'm making more madder because I think I'm gonna need more. So I'm gonna put this bundle in there, and then we'll see what happens.